We're here on the grounds of the Murrell home right outside of Tahlequah, Oklahoma, and this is the site every October of some pretty spooky goings-on. We're here with Amanda Pritchett, historical interpreter here at the Murrell home. And Amanda, tell us a little bit about the ghost stories at the Murrell home and how long this event has been going on.
Well, we've been doing the ghost stories here at the Murrell home for 17 years now. This was our 17th year, and gets bigger and better every year. We have storytellers in 6 different rooms in the house that dress in period clothing from about the 1860s period, and they tell stories about this house and about other stories about the Cherokee County area, the Park Hill area.
And the stories that they tell, sometimes they involve people who actually lived here at the Murrell home.
Yes, they do. We have stories that date back decades. We have stories that were told in the WPA narratives in the 1930s about ghosts that were haunting this house, and stories that go all the way up until the present day about the house supposedly being haunted. So we have stories about the Murrell home and stories, like I say, about Park Hill and some of the other houses around here, Rose Cottage, John Ross's home, and some of the other sites that are around here at Park Hill.
So if you're looking for a good thrill around Halloween and in October, the Murrell home is the place to be.
Definitely. We have, like I say, 6 storytellers throughout the house telling scary stories, and you get to hear all of them. And then we do cider and cookies in our smokehouse afterwards, which normally we don't have our smokehouse open to the public, so it's a good opportunity to go in there and hear some of the history behind that building also.
And Amanda, I understand that this event has become so popular that people need to make reservations to attend.
Yes, we do take reservations. We start a new tour every 15 minutes in the evening, so you need to call our phone number and make reservations to get in for a particular time. We always fill up. So.
And it's always the first full weekend before Halloween.
That's right.
That's all right. So folks, if you want to come see the Murrell home ghost stories, get a spooky chill, call the Murrell home at 918-456-2751 and talk to Amanda or David, and they'll be happy to fix you up and come see some ghost stories.
Thank you.
Amanda, thanks very much. Let's go inside the Murrell home now and hear some of these stories that are sure to send a chill up and down your spine.
We know all the secrets of Spearfinger. You're not going to be able to kill her with your spears or your arrows, but she has one weak spot, and it's in the point of her finger. If you get somebody to shoot an arrow right into that finger, you will kill Spearfinger. And so he runs to his dad to tell him. By the time he gets there, they can hear Spearfinger coming, and she's screaming, "Ah!" And as she's screaming to get over there to them, the people are all afraid. And he's like trying to say, "Dad, Dad, 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 I know how to kill Spearfinger." And they kept, "Shh, shh."
And as we stood there and watched, it crossed across the threshold and came into the west parlor. It seemed to pause there for a moment, and then it very purposefully walked behind the bench and around the end of the bench. And then it stopped and paused. We continued to watch as these orbs danced around the room, and this gray form stopped. And then it began to move again, and it walked forward over to where the storyteller had been sitting all evening and paused again. And as we watched, this gray, misty, smoky form continued to make its way across the room until it disappeared off of the camera screen.
The men closed all the shutters and the doors on the cabin and gathered everyone in because it was a catamount or a mountain lion who was coming through the woods where the university now is, screaming, possibly because it had smelled the odor of the person who had died. And the little 8-year-old girl never forgot the sound of that mountain lion getting on the roof and scratching and screaming. Presumably, after the mountain lion went away, they continued with the burial. But those were pioneer times. And at that time, Tahlequah had been established as a city since 1839. Not a city, but to grow into a city. And Park Hill had been in existence since 1828, beginning with one cabin. So times were different on the frontier.
We hope you've enjoyed this, and it's going to make you want to make plans to come back next year, next October, for the ghost stories at the Murrell home. Be sure and call the Murrell home at 918-456-2751 for more information and for your reservations.